What's up, Helldivers? I'm Grim, and today I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite builds to use against the bugs. And this only applies to orbital-friendly planets, mind you. It all starts off with the big boy, the Eruptor. I love this weapon, and ever since it came back after that new fix, it is fantastic. Medium armor penetrating and explosive. For our secondary, I use the Bushwhacker against the bugs because I really like it. It's one-handed light armor, 405 damage. However, if the shotgun isn't really your style, my second recommendation is the P4 Senator. That medium armor penetration, rounds reload, and 175 for damage is actually really good. Throwables, you know what, it don't really matter because your Eruptor is practically your grenade. I use the G6 frag. The G10 Incinerary is actually really good. The stun grenade I've seen people use, really helpful, especially if you're running the Eruptor. Or for the meme, you could choose the knife. I mean, I wasn't good at it, but, better luck to you guys. In terms of armor, there's one specific armor type that I would recommend, and that's the ones that provide resistance to explosive damage. That will really help you out when you are fighting these Terminids close up, and sometimes you gotta shoot that Eruptor a little closer. The further reduces recoil is also very helpful for what our primary weapon is going to be, because our primary weapon is the MG43 machine gun, and I've been running this a lot and I love it. This will be the best primary you ever call down. Alright, now that we've covered the bare bones of it, I'll show you guys what orbital stratagems we're using, and I'll take you in to show you some of the gameplay and the gameplay mechanics of how you want to run this build. As for the orbital stratagems that we'll be bringing in, we're going to bring in the orbital precision strike, the orbital Gatling strike, and the orbital rail cannon. The precision strike and the rail cannon strike are excellent for taking out them big targets like the Chargers or the Bile Titans. And as long as you keep an eye in the sky, that precision strike can be one of the most accurate and deadliest little missiles that you could ever hope for. Gatling Barrage is pretty self-explanatory. You'll want to toss that on any bug breach you see, and with the 70-second cooldown, you couldn't ask much for a better and more reliable stratagem. And of course, the MG43 is going to be the main powerhouse, the weapon we use the most. Between the Eruptor and the MG43 is going to be very situational. Pick your targets well, figure out what works from what angle. Now, I'll show you how to play this build. Alright, so when you bring this build into a mission of any sort, eradication, blitz, geological research mission, what have you, drop down that MG43 right away, pick it up, switch it over to 630 RPM. This is the setting you want your MG43 on. I don't care what anyone else tells you, the slower fire rate is a lot nicer to make sure you put those shots where you want it. You will want to liberally use your Gatling Barrage and Precision Strike against according targets. Bunch of soft body to medium body targets coming out of a bug breach, Gatling Barrage it. In fact, if a couple of your buddies have a few, the amount of Gatling Barrage on that one spot is going to decimate everything. But yours alone will help quite a bit. Precision strikes, you're going to want to save that for well-timed and well-angled hits on Bile Titans. And if you corral a whole bunch of Chargers, get them into one spot, drop down that precision strike, get a 4-for-1. This build focuses a lot on playing with your teammates and, importantly, around your teammates. This is meant to be an all-purpose, all-in-one build. I will say that through testing, I have found that it's better if you do some flanking. You're not always going to be the strongest frontline guy, but your Eruptor and your MG43, along with your quick, fast recharging stratagems, make you an excellent blitz attack, a good guerrilla charge against people. Unfortunately, this has its downsides. You can pretty much take out anything the map will throw at you currently. I don't know too much about the Impalers. I have theories, but I don't know much yet. As of right now, this build is an all-in-one, all-purpose build. Anything you need to do, it can do it for you at least once. The Orbital Rail Cannon Strike I put into this build because it's effective. It can be very effective. It's great at a quick kill on a charger, and lately, a one-hit kill on Bile Titans despite not shooting them in the head. It's a real nice, quick, efficient kill if you really need that breathing room. The only downside is that 3-minute cooldown. That really hurts, but that's okay. If you play this game enough, you'll start learning how to do your dodges and how to corral your enemies. It takes some time, but I promise you it'll all work out. Now, I said this build's an all-in-one build, and it is to a sense, but you have a very, very glaring weak point, and I'm sure anyone watching this build right now will say it. Something this build does not do very well at all is keeping you alive when you are on your own. This build is unfortunately very teamwork centric. That's kind of how I like to run in general. If you happen to be out and about by yourself with very low supplies and low stims, low grenades, stuff like that, you will find yourself starting to become a little pressed for space. With proper maneuvering and keeping a good eye on your surroundings and having that tactical awareness of trying to plot that next move, if you can manage all of that, then with the combination I've given you in this build, you should be able to survive. But sometimes it gets very, very difficult. So word of warning, stick close to your teammates because they need you as much as you need them. However, what this build might lack in its solo capacity, it definitely makes up for in terms of the support capacity. You will find yourself playing and ringing around the rosy with these big ass bug nests, taking them down with honestly minimal effort. Your very fast acting stratagems create a lot of chaos inside one of these. And then, all you have to do is a simple method of corralling the enemy right behind you as you move around the nest and slowly take out the holes. Wow, I did fumble this part. I do apologize for that. Typically, though, it's relatively efficient and effective against the bugs. The only problem is if you get caught alone. So that's something you always need to be in mind of. Not only is this build great at taking out these bug nests, it also serves another really fun purpose. I love this game for many reasons, and one of those reasons is I can launch so much freedom and liberty seeds at my enemy from a standing position with this MG43. And of course all the stratagems that are provided to us by the very righteous Super Earth. The amount of thrill you get from just the fun factor of playing this build is honestly why I play it. Taking out light machine guns such as the MG43 and just decimating legions of bugs with it and watching them spray all over the place. Honestly, it's a very addicting thing. Look at these battles that you can have. Why wouldn't you want to try and explore this game in every way possible? I hope you guys enjoyed the build. If you did, let me know because I'd love to hear your thoughts on it and if you try to build similar. And remember to like and subscribe because that would really help the channel out. And it would make my day one hell of a day. I'll tell you that much. Alright guys. I am the Grim Crow. This is GCG. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there, divers.